All right, the first YCS of the format has come and gone, ladies and gentlemen. We have deck lists to cover from this. We're going to be looking at Salamangreat from top 32. We have Faisal Khan's list for Thunder Dragon. And we also have the German first place Altergeist list sent in to me by some very great, very, very loyal helpers that I have. So, guys, of course, always like this video, turn on bell notifications. Let's dig on into what's going on here. So, Salad has been kind of on the back burner of this format for a little while now. It's constantly evolving. It's constantly crying itself to sleep because it needs these new iterations. Well, we have no Flame Buffalero in this deck, which actually kind of caught me off guard. I was like, we've seen Flame Buffalero be this centerpiece for so long for this deck, to not really see it, seen play. I was like, what's going on here? Well, actually, kind of not needing Buffalero because you now have Silent Mining kind of gives more of a purpose to the deck, and I think that's pretty important to realize now that you don't have to rely on the Buffalero man to make your deck great again. And just the little things. I think that this build was probably one of the more well thought out ones in terms of development and design for this event. And I'm very happy to see that there was success behind this, because it definitely proves that the competitive player base is evolving this deck, taking the concept and pushing it and making it better. And that's what I like to see about this. So we have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. We have triple copies of Ye Olde Effect Veiler. I noticed in between a lot of deck profiles this weekend that there were a lot of Effect Veiler present, and it looks like it was coming up quite a lot, actually. Of course, triple copies of Ye Olde Fantastical Phantasme Boy. We have one copy of Lady Debug, one copy of the Salamangreat Falco, triple copies of Boxy. You guys all know that internet sensation. We have triple copies of Gazelle, the best damn card in this deck. Our one of that I always draw. And then we have two copies of Spinny. Seeing not three Spinnies present in this deck also really caught me off guard. I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, I love Spinny. You don't need to max out on copies of these cards. Come on, guys. We have triple copies of Called by the Grave, triple copies of Silent Mining, triple copies of Salamangreat Circle, one copy of the Sanctuary. We have triple copies of Twin Twisters, one copy of Upstart Goblin, triple copies of Infinite Imperm, two copies of Rage, and one copy of Roar, wrapping up the main deck. I do want to say, though, this ratio looks absolutely fine. We're sitting on 12 hand traps. We're good to go. Silent Minings are going to be able to search for whatever we want. We have a good basic grounding here to cover a lot of our shit matchups, which we like, right? We have to be able to cover everything. So there's that. Now, extra here we have triple Sunlight Wolf, two copies of Heat Leo, triple copies of Balanix, one copy of Ningrusu. It was actually pretty interesting to see that this was coming up in this deck profile as well. I definitely think that this is an interesting tech choice. I'm not a super huge fan of this. I get where they're going with this, granted. It's just, I'm a little bit up in the air with it. We have one copy of Nightmare Phoenix, one copy of Hida, and then we have one Mirage Dahlia, one Abyss Dweller, one Starving Venom, and one copy of Sunlight Violet Chimera. Super Poly Target. Side deck here, we have triple copies of Lancia, one Scythe, two copies of Super Poly, two Anti-Spell Fragments, triple copies of Artifact Sanctum, one in pre-order, and triple copies of Red Reboot. Wrapping up this list. So, in general, that love for Anti-Spell Fragrance, though, really, really, really good. And, of course, such a huge artifact engine. It actually makes me happy. Now, moving on along here, we have Faisal Khan's Thunder Dragon list. Now, in a world where Mystic Mine exists and game ones are just really dangerous to lose, I'm really shocked. I say this wholeheartedly. I'm shocked as fuck to see Sekka's Light back out and about in the current format. I was like, I thought a lot of people would be heading away from this. Nope, absolutely not. We're back on just straight goals with this card. So you have to understand, Thunder Dragon is one of the highest combo ceilings in this format. Brotar has added so much to it. I know it sucks to see Chaos Armageddon in these decks, but this is the card that raises the ceiling in these decks. And you have to have access to it, I almost feel, to play Chaos at the moment. So this is Faisal's top 8 list from the YCS this weekend. So we have triple copies of Battery Man Solar, triple copies of Thunder Dragon, 2 copies of Dragon Dark, one Dragon Roar, one copy of Dragon Hawk, and one copy of Aeon. And then we have triple copies of Nessie, triple copies of Danger Jackalope, and triple copies of Tsuchinoko, all pretty standardized here. Then we have one copy of Bigfoot, one Mothman, two copies of Black Collapse Serpent, along with triple copies of Wyvern Buster, because Pisty and an Agripane and our other friend, like, so good. We have one copy of Equip Wyvern, one copy of Brotar, triple copies of Lavenir, still one of the most ridiculous cards that this deck actually has access to in today's format. Like, it's actually disgusting. One copy of Diabolus, because we like level 8s. One copy of Chaos Emperor Dragon, the Dragon of Armageddon. Triple copies of Phantasmi, and triple copies of Sekka's Light. I mean, you can play the deck without this, but it's still pretty good. Now, one interesting tech I saw from Faisal was the Sanfandol, the Sky Prison. So it's 2 level 8s. It gains 100 attack defense for each monster in the graveyard. Once per turn, detach material from this card until the end of your opponent's next turn. This card cannot be destroyed by card effects. Also, neither player can swap some monsters from the graveyard. Interesting little tech choice. You're basically able to put a fatty on the field also. It's got some built-in protection, which I kind of like that. Then, of course, we have one copy of Hope Harbinger, one Crystal Wing, 2 copies of Colossus, 2 copies of Saruj. You guys understand how important that draw power is, right? Like, it's so good. We have one copy of Unicorn, one copy of Phoenix, one copy of the Heavenly Spheres, one Triple Burst Dragon, one Just Beat It, one Pisty, one Elpay, and one copy of Bring the Pain Dragon. Side deck here we have triple copies of Effect Veiler, triple copies of Lancia, triple copies of Denko Sekka, triple copies of Spell Canceller, and triple copies of Twin Twister, wrapping up Faisal's list, actually. I'm very happy to see how Faisal did with this event. I'm not trying to, like, suck him off or anything. That's not what we're going for here. It's just Faisal's a very good player. We see a lot of consistency out of him. And seeing results like this, very good, actually. Now, last up, we have the German first place Altergeist list. Now, number 1, we didn't see any Altergeist over here. I don't know what the fuck was going on here. What actually was happening, but it ended up, this is where we are. This deck didn't do anything at the YCS. It might have fallen short of the top cut, but we don't know for sure. So to see this deck kind of come out of Germany and do something kind of intrigued me a little bit. So, what's going on here? So we play one copy of Kunguri. We have triple copies of Marionetter, triple copies of Melozik, triple copies of Multifaker, and 2 copies of Zilquidus. Okay, so everything up to this point, along with the 3 Ash Blossoms, this is standard. There's no variance, no change to this. This is standard what we know for Altergeist. Now we have triple copies of Called by the Grave, 2 copies of Duality, and triple copies of Pot of Extravagance. Okay? Traps. We have 1 Manifestation, 2 Protocol, 2 Compulsory Evacuation Device. Huh. This is also pretty interesting. I guess on like a defensive swing, like this can matter and things like that, but huh, interesting. Then we had the triple evenly matched. Now, this is the first deck. This whole format is like go first, build a board, and go. In a format where evenly matched kind of shows back up, I didn't see any evenly anywhere. Like, what's going on with that? Like, why? Hello? Like, but if I hit this and I'm able to blow out my opponent, doesn't that put me in a good position? I think it does. Then we have triple copies of Infinite Imperm, triple copies of Personal Spoofing. Then we have triple copies of Solemn Strike. Alright. Then we have, extra down here, 1 copy of Ningrisu, 1 copy of Avermax, triple copies of Link, 1 Link Spider, 1 copy of Nightmare Unicorn, 1 Cerberus, 1 Ablaze, 1 Claranushka, triple Hextia, 1 Dante, and 1 Chimeratech Fortress Dragon. Then we have 2 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, triple Gamma, 1 Cyframe Driver, 2 Secret Village Spellcaster, 2 System Down, 2 copies of Heavy Storm Duster, 1 Impure Order, and 2 copies of Summon Limit. Wrapping up this list. So what I've gotten out of this is we need to going second deck for this format. There's so much going first shit sitting in that corner right now, just staring at me. He's like, I see you, Robbie, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it, guys. Maybe evenly matched is really good. I mean, the Orcust boards that are being generated right now are fantastically disgusting, and there's not a lot we can do about them. I really wish that we could push more of the format a little bit different, but like, what are we to do? That's just where we are at this point. So guys, please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about these decks. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Oh, guys, I'm out. Congratulations to all of you guys this weekend. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a truffle shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out VanCole40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.